Mic check, check one. Mic check. Okay. Get the sound levels right. Go ahead and adjust the knob however you need to. Mic check, check two. Okay. Can I get a mic check thumbs up over there? Can I get a mic check thumbs up? How about from this one? Can I get a mic check thumbs up? All right, good. We'll have Coach Ryan Fth on soon. For anybody tuning in a little bit early, we kick off at 6:30. All right, mic check. You can still hear me? Okay, talking to it. Let's get a thumbs up for Coach Fth.
Hello? Hello?
All right, welcome to the 2026 St. Edward's Baseball Media Day. I'm your Sports Information Director, Jesse Blanchard, here with head baseball coach Ryan Fth. Coach, how you doing?
Good to see you, Jesse. Doing well.
See you too. This is the first season that I've been here where I feel like I need name tags on a lot of these guys. A lot of roster turnover. How does it look so far heading into the fall?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're spot on that. It's
You could hold that.
yeah, you're spot on that. I mean, I was talking to the guys. We were going with the coaching staff, and we're losing 1,100 losing 1,100 at-bats from last year and 330 innings on the mound. So, names that fans are used to seeing in that lineup, we got a lot of turnover, but we feel like we did a really good job. We brought in 29 new players, 24 of those are transfers, and we really like the squad that we brought in. I think on top of that, we have a lot of players that are currently on the roster that have been through this program multiple years that have really developed, and we feel that they are on the verge of breakout years. So it's been fun. It's been 4 months of trying to gel as a team and see what we really have, and I think there's a lot of excitement in the air for what's upcoming for this season. So
now, you mentioned all the at-bats that are gone, but you have the one at-bat who's kind of made the most of his, Connor Cox, one of the most well-rounded hitters in the program history. Just talk about what he's meant to the program in your time here and how excited you are to see his senior season.
Absolutely. I mean, Connor has had a phenomenal season up to this point, and to start as a true freshman for us and really be a mainstay in the middle of our lineup. It's been great to have a type of player like he is that he's going to hit anywhere from the 2 to the 5 slot right in the middle of your lineup, and there's a lot of production that comes his way when he's in that lineup. So obviously really excited to have him back. Also with Trevor Seebeck coming back, he started as a freshman as well. So to be able to have those two mainstays, those two leaders on our team, it's exciting to have those pieces coming back.
Now Trevor's obviously been the leadoff guy for most of his time here. Kind of perennial, just workhorse, gets on base one way or another. Even when he was something last year, still managed to get some walks, get some bunts, move people over. Talk about how important he is to kind of set the tone for your offense.
Absolutely. He's a guy that grinds at bats out. He sees a lot of pitches. He can go deep into counts. He spoils pitches when he gets behind in the count, and he just seems to be a guy that is really a tough out. So, his thing is he's an on-base percentage guy, and I think what we've tried to really work on this fall is to really let him loose, let him kind of get after those first pitches early on and be more of an offensive threat, because we know he's going to give us really good at-bats. And I think at this point, this late in his career, I want him to be a little bit more aggressive and kind of greedy in those hitters' counts.
Dylan Tate transferred in last year. He was kind of on fire for the first half of the year, hitting 400 for maybe the first third of the season. Showed the arm, definitely, the athleticism out there in the outfield. What are you looking for him as an everyday, returner?
I mean, he's an ultra athlete. You mentioned a little bit of the drop off towards the second half of the season, but I don't think what people realize is he was a big part of a lot of those wins that we had early on. He came up with really clutch hits. He had really clutch ABs, and he really is a force on the bases when he gets on base. So we're looking to see a lot of good things out of him. Again, he's another guy that can be at the top of the lineup. He can play the small ball game. He's got enough juice to leave the yard to multiple parts of the field, but again, a very dynamic player that we see being a mainstay in the center field position for us this year.
Okay. Now, your first year here running the show here is a lot of injuries. Hard to tell you that. Last year, it really kind of took, the team really took on your personality and the things that you like to do. But with that kind of this much turnover in the starting line, how do you keep building on what you started to establish last year?
I think what we're just trying to do is we're just trying to emphasize the important things that we think really win baseball games. So on the offensive side of things, it's getting deep into pitch count, it's getting runners on, it's moving them over, and then once we get them on second and third with less than 2 outs, is the ability to drive those runs in. So I think this team is going to have to be a gritty team. They're going to have to, again, really work hard to get on base, and I see this team being a team that can do a lot of different things. I feel like we're going to be able to bang it with teams when that wind's blowing out, but I think we're going to be able to also score in a lot of other ways as far as small ball and executing on that side of the offense. So I think it's a dynamic offense that can do a lot of different things depending on what comes to us. So exciting to see what this group does this year.
For those of you at home, any time of day, during any part of the week, you can go out there to Lucian Hamilton Baseball Field. The guys are working on their own, putting in their own time. Had a very competitive fall World Series. just what did you take away from the team? Every year is different. The team is different every single year. What did you take away from this team in the time that you had them?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think first and foremost, what we realize is we have a lot of quality human beings on this team. Yes, there's a lot of talent, and sometimes as a coach, those are the things that you want to focus on. But when it's all said and done, we have a lot of quality human beings that want to win, and our team players. And what this team has done in this short time is they've really gelled. They've gelled together, and they have a fire to want to win. They know what the standard here is at St. Edward's University, and I think they want to uphold that standard. And bottom line is we want to kick through the door. We've been knocking on the door for a long time, and I think our goal is we want to get back to the World Series, and we haven't been there since 2013, but I think that's what the goal of this team is, and I think that's what they're wanting to accomplish this year.
All right, now you mentioned some guys that you were, on the outskirts of the rotation last year. You're looking for a breakout season. Anybody in particular?
I think certain guys from last year's squad that have really stood out. You've got guys like Nick Luna, who has really looked well. Carson Blakeley obviously pitched a lot for us in that 4 slot. He's done really well for us. But I think there's quite a few guys that have made significant jumps, and I think just some of those freshmen getting that first year to kind of get their feet wet in college baseball, and the jumps that they've made this second year, I just think there's going to be a good mix of them. I don't quite know exactly where everything falls in line right now, but I know we've had a lot of instances of really good outings, and I'm excited for the depth that we have this year.
Let's go in with the newcomers, the transfers, the freshmen you expect to have some kind of role this year. Who are some of the new faces on the Hilltop that fans should look forward to seeing?
I think first off, Coach Lalone and Coach Flores did a phenomenal job recruiting, knowing that we were going to have to replace as many innings and at-bats as we did. So, we feel like we went all over the country to be able to do that. I think we went into California, we went into Colorado a little bit, we got a few players out of Illinois and in the Midwest. So, really, we reached as far out as we possibly could. But, some of the names that kind of stick out that have had really good falls up to this point, you got guys like a Ben Marman that have done really well for us on the offense. Guys like Camden White has been really good. Connor Freeman out of Paris has had a really good fall for us too. And really that whole bullpen is a lot of new names, a lot of junior college names too. Guys like Jacob Glazner have done really well. Wilson Cruz on the mound, but a lot of guys like that. I think Nico Rees, our shortstop, is going to have a really good year too. So again, a lot of competition, a lot of options to choose from, which makes our job difficult. But I guess it's a good problem to have right now, knowing that you have multiple guys at multiple positions.
So I know your team, your coaching staff, has you guys as prepared as you could possibly be. The scouting reports in every single dugout, home and away. But when you're talking about scouting the pitching staffs in the Lone Star Conference, one thing I noticed filling out all the preseason, all the all-conference pitchers from the conference have graduated and moved on. How difficult does it make it, in the early going before you have any looks at the film?
I think that's a great question because, we talk about us being a new team, but really, if you look throughout the conference last year was older. And if you look at all the rosters, I think all the other teams are in the same situation that we're in. So I think, maybe this first series going into it, we're going to have scouting reports on certain guys, and we'll go as in-depth as we possibly can to, figure out where they came from, see what we can pick up. But I think we're going to go into it just like WT is probably going to end up going into this, having to just get thrown into the fire and make adjustments on the fly is what it's looking like.
You mentioned, for 2 years in a row, you've mentioned the character of the team and the maturity of the team. In this era of transfer portal and the reliance on JUCO transfers and, the D1 drop-downs and everything, how important is it to have that culture constantly set to, integrate these new faces as quickly as possible?
I think it's a huge part, really. And if you look at, the more successful teams, typically those are the teams that not only are they talented, but they really gel and they play for one another. And that was the mark of our team last year. So I think being able to establish a culture where it's team first, it's the name name on the front of the jersey is more important than the name on the back. I think that's always going to be a big part of trying to get your team where you want to be. But definitely, I think these guys have done a really good job doing that, and hopefully we can carry that into the spring. Because, like I said, this is a really good group of guys.
Okay. On the field, what do you believe the strength of this team is, and what's kind of like the one aspect that you think needs to click for you to go from having a solid season to a great one?
I think our defense has been really solid up to this point. We feel like we are pretty solid defensively right down the middle when you talk about catcher, up the middle, shortstop, second base, and then going into center field. We feel like our defense is going to be there. No doubt about the fact that last year we had horses on the mound, guys that were gutsy, that were gritty, that we knew that certain guys were going to come in and give us 6 or 7 innings on the mound. Now, we don't quite know that at this point, but what I do feel like is we're going to be able to call more guys' numbers at this point. And I think more guys are going to get opportunities. So I'd say depth would probably be a strength on the pitching side of things. And, maybe something that I think we need to improve on a little bit more is just from an offensive standpoint is understanding who we are as hitters. Understanding that we need to hit the ball hard on the line. We need to look to go gap to gap. We need to see a lot of pitches. And, again, being able to situationally hit is some of the things we're going to continue to work on every single day.
Is there, other than the same areas, obviously you always love to get back at them, but any other series that you're kind of most looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's one team. Obviously, playing in the Lone Star, it's you're playing in a meat grinder every single weekend. So, yeah, there's been certain teams that in the last few years it just seems that we match up with them quite a bit. I mean, the Lubbock Christians, I think 7 times we played them last year. The Angelos we've run into multiple times the last 2 years. So, I would say that we're pretty familiar with, some of those teams that have been on the top, the UT Tylers, the WTs, the LCUs, but I wouldn't say that there's just one that I'm circling. I know that they're all important, and I know game 1 counts towards the standings just like game 50, so that's the way we'll approach this season.
Okay, switch things up a little bit. What most of y'all don't know, Coach Fth here has the best shoe game in the entire department. Great sense of style. Got some new threads here at the Hilltop for this season. Want to tell us a little bit about it?
First off, I appreciate that. That's quite the compliment. I appreciate that, Jesse. But yes, we did. I think there was inspiration from some old alum where they wanted to bring the pinstripes back. So we decided it was probably the right time to go ahead and go old school and bring some of the Yankee pinstripe looking jerseys back. So we will be showcasing those on opening weekend. So. I think we'll get to play in a little bit of style, but again, it was something that the alum and the alumni were really pushing for, so I think they look great. Looking forward to it.
How good is one thing I've noticed in my time here is just the alumni really like to follow the program. They're really involved. You have a lot of people stay as GAs. How great is it to have that kind of moral support behind you?
I mean, it's been great, and that's kind of been our big push as a coaching staff since I first got here, is to really kind of assimilate to what the culture has been here, but really try and get to know the alumni as much as we possibly can, and we're continuing to try and do that. And we just want our former players to feel comfortable and know that it's an open door policy where they can come and they can watch a practice, they can come watch a game. But that we want to hear from them and we want to see them because they are a big part of the history and where this program has been. So we're going to continue to try and push that side of things. But we like to invite all the alum that haven't been back in a while. We'd love to see you out at Lucian Hamilton at some point to come check us out.
All right, just a little bit silly. What's your favorite baseball movie of all time?
Baseball movie of all time, I guess you can't go wrong with Sandlot. I mean, something I grew up with. It's nickname for me younger on when I was younger was Yeah. So I love the Sandlot. I definitely think that's probably my number one baseball movie.
Do you have who's the best fictional baseball player?
Fictional baseball player. Gosh, that's quite the question. You put me on the spot right there.
Rick Wild Thing Vaughn.
I guess you can't go wrong with Major League. Probably, let's go Rick Vaughn. That's probably a good one.
Henry Rowengartner from Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I'll go Rick Vaughn with just that personality, that type of,
All right.
Yeah.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Looking forward to the season. Thank you so much for.
Jesse, I appreciate you, and thank you for all that you do.
All right, thank you. Can we get float? All right, Hilltoppers fans, we'll be back shortly with pitching coach Jeremy Flores and associate head coach Ranson after that. Thank you for joining us here for the 2026 St. Edwards Baseball Media Day. Oh, yeah, waiting for flow. You get 5 minutes? Unless flow shows up sooner. Oh, Ryan left the spin.
Leave it spin?
Yeah.
I'll take it, Joe.
Okay, you can just hold this, talking to it.
Oh, it's a mic. It's a magnet, isn't it?
Yeah. Damn it. I'm just gonna hold it like this.
Okay.
All right. Again, this is the Sports Information Director, Jesse Blanchard, joined by Connor Cox. Connor, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
It's great to have you, man.
Good to see you.
So, Connor, obviously one of the most well-rounded hitters in program history. Connor, what are the? You set a high bar. What are your expectations and goals for this season?
Honestly, just trying to build off last year. I mean, I had a lot of success doing what I do, and I just hope to help lead us to more wins and kind of just continue to contribute and make myself known.
Yeah, one of the things that I talked about with Coach Fth is across the conference. I mean, you've had a lot of showdowns with pitchers across the league. Most of them most of the all-conference level guys graduated last year. How familiar are you with the arms across the conference, and how does that affect your approach at the plate?
Honestly, it's a pretty new conference and young conference overall, hitting and pitching. So it's going to be interesting to kind of relearn the guys and see what the different teams have to offer. But it doesn't really affect my plan. The plan's the same whether Justin Verlander's on the mound or a kid from Little League is on the mound. I'm just going to see ball and hit ball, and it's worked for me up to now.
Speaking of, I've thrown it out there that Joes versus pros. Let me try that curveball out after the season goes.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can make that happen.
All right. Let's go with just what. So you moved around. Where are you starting at this year?
I think I'm going to be at first base for the most part. We have some really good pieces in the outfield, and I think for now it just works best if I'm at first base.
And then in the everyday starting lineup from last year, I mean, you got Dylan Tate behind you in right field. You got Trevor Seaback, who's been a constant over there on third base. I feel like everybody else in the infield is probably going to need some name tags just to get some familiar for the rest of the fans.
Yeah, it's going to be new. We've got a lot of fresh faces, but I think it's a really good thing. The coaches did a really good job recruiting, and we brought in a lot of talent. And 1 through 9, I think there's not really a hole in our lineup this year, and it's really exciting. I think we're going to have a really good chance at this.
And how was your off season this summer? Go play anywhere? Work on anything?
No, I just getting stronger, rehabbing from the wear and tear of the body from playing 60 games. But it was good. Got a lot stronger, got a lot faster, ready to play.
What stood out for you from this group in fall ball?
Kind of just how fast we molded. We were able to gel as a team, even though we had over half of our guys were new this year. We were able to gel quickly and have a lot of buy-in. So it's going to be exciting to see where that gets us.
Who are some of the new faces that people should keep an eye on?
I think Camden White on the mound. I think Brandon Huff is going to be really good for us on the mound as well. And then at the plate, I think pretty much everyone. You've got Nico Rees, Ben Merriman, and Kane Sanchez will be an integral part of our lineup, and I think it's going to be really exciting to see what they do.
In an era of like college transfers, JUCO, all that stuff, transfer portal, one of the few that's been at all conference level, start to finish at the Hilltop. What has that meant to you, and how have you enjoyed your time here?
Oh, I loved it. I think in this day and age, it's easier to think that you can always go somewhere bigger or better, but we have the chance to compete at a really high level here and have a chance to go make a run at the national championship every year, and that's something you can't say for the small D1 programs. So I think it really shows how much I respect the coaches and the place and what they're building here, and I really love being a part of it.
Hey, let's talk about just off the field, and do you have a favorite spot here on campus?
Spent a lot of time at the gym, at the baseball field, just trying to hang out with guys and build a culture.
And it's good in your academics. Tell everybody your major and kind of what your concentrations and passions are in the classroom.
I'm a business major, working on my MBA currently. Plan to go into sales or business development. Not entirely sure, but working that out.
All right. And sorry.
No worries.
Let's go. Do you have anybody else you want to shout out or anything else you want to let people know about you?
No, not really. Just ready to get the season going.
All right. Connor Cox, I appreciate having you over here. Look forward to your year. Do me a favor, go get Flo for me.
Okay.
Be joined here shortly by pitching coach Jeremy Flores. Oh, how are you doing?
Good, man. How we doing?
All right, go ahead and just grab that. I'm just talking to it like this. Feel free. Let's go. Fun year. I was just mentioning a lot of the pitching staff across the conference. You know, all the all-conference level guys have kind of graduated.
Yeah.
All the known people are gone.
Yeah.
You have Carson Blakeley, the lone returner. What's that been like, kind of putting together this pitching staff, the starting rotation at least?
You know, honestly, it's been a lot of fun. You know, you can never replace a Kobe Jaramillo, a George Hetrick, and a Jacob Rayfield for all that they did here. You know, even though it was 2 years that I've been here with those two guys, and obviously my relationship with Kobe goes further than that, but to have those guys for 2 years was awesome. Obviously had a really good run at things last year, so they're going to be missed deeply, but you know, it's a lot of fun when you have that much turnover to just kind of see day to day what a lot of these new guys can potentially bring to the table for you. So
one thing I've seen across all sports is when you have a coach that's been with players or a player for a long time, like you were with Kobe, and they move on, and you know, in a sense that's sad, but there's also like that coaching and player development part of you that kind of gets fired up and motivated for on a new challenge. How has that been for you?
It's been good, man. It's been really, really good. You know, with the brand new faces and the staff, just watching them kind of gel together with as many new pieces as we had. It's been fun to watch them every single day. They've got a great attitude and come to work every single day. And you know, even though they're brand new, they understand the standards and the expectations that not only we put them on the pitching staff side of things, but as a program as a whole. So they've bought in really well, and it's been fun watching them.
Tell me, as you put together this pitching staff and figure out, middle relievers, closers, what are the kind of like the strengths of this particular staff?
Well, I think that we can, we can actually play matchups a little bit more this year than we've been able to do in the last couple years. We have a lot of left-handed arms, which is always awesome to have on your staff to be able to play some of those matchups. So I think our bullpen is a little bit deeper than it's been over the last 2 years. We'll see what the starting rotation looks like with obviously Carson as our lone returner on that side of things. But I think we're able to do a couple of different things that we weren't able to do the last couple of years. So excited about the left-handed arms and even the right-handed arms that in the back end of the pen that I'm really excited to watch throw this year.
Last year, I mean, the bullpen and the relief, really injury ravaged.
Yeah.
You lost Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about what we can see out of the bullpen this year.
Well, I think it's a lot of guys who can fill up the zone with 3 or 4 different pitches. It's not your prototypical, staff with a ton of velo, but there's a lot of pitchability, which I really, really like. And like I said, man, these guys have stuff, and they come from some high-profile places. Guys who have been to a Junior College World Series, guys that have been in the top 10 in the country, and the JUCO ranks at the Division I level. So it's going to be fun to watch.
All right. Keys for from the pitching standpoint to have success this season.
Eliminate the free bags, man. We eliminate the free bags. I think we're going to be just fine. These guys are hungry. They're competitors. They're ultimately, they've won everywhere they've been, which is a reason why, they were high on our list. But if we can eliminate the free bags, I think we're going to be in a successful situation. And I like that moving forward.
So I've known you going back to San Antonio at the Orlando Lake days.
Yeah.
You were at Kingsville for a while.
Yeah.
Now that you've had some time to be here at the Hilltop, have you found your Austin spots?
You know what? Honestly, no, not really. I'm the only coach on staff that has kids. So, Kylie, our oldest one, is 10, and Lily is 4 now. So we kind of don't venture off into the city much. All of our free time is not really free time. It's with the girls at a softball field somewhere. So if I'm not at the baseball field here at the Hilltop or out recruiting, I'm out somewhere at a softball field. So, there's a couple of places that we've gone to as a coaching staff. We love going to Home Slice. That's always really, really good right up the road. So we take a lot of recruits there. So that would be one of my go-tos for sure.
Do you have a favorite road trip where you have like a go-to place?
No, not really. We do a lot of catering in at the hotels and stuff. So it's a lot of quality time with the guys whenever we're not at the field. So.
But it's always great to see your kids around during after the games and everything. I know they love going out there and supporting the team.
They love it, man.
Any matchups or anything you're looking forward to this year?
What was that?
Any matchups that are particularly interesting to you this year?
No, they're all going to be really good. Obviously, in the Lone Star, we've got UT Dallas coming in, so we actually traveled to them this year, so never been to their campus, all that good stuff. And then obviously, with my roots being in Kingsville, that's always a big series for me. And it's always a lot of fun when we play St. Mary's and Battle of the Saints with, Coach Fth's ties there to St. Mary's as well. So they're all going to be really, really fun, so.
What's it like having a coaching staff with like deep roots in the Lone Star Conference?
It's awesome. It's awesome. Between myself, Coach Salon, and Coach Fth, we've been around for a really long time in this conference. So there's not anything that really surprises us anymore within the conference. But no, it's obviously one of the best conferences in the country at the Division II level for a reason. And we enjoy the dogfight every single weekend.
And last but not least, maybe the most important, is why do you think Coach Fth and Lalone keep ducking me in the weekly staff pickup games?
Oh, I don't know, but we gotta make this thing happen. I know you've been asking and sending out invites, so hopefully now that people hear this, hopefully we can get that going, and let's probably make it after the season, just in case something crazy happens. But no, I think he's been ducking you for sure.
All right, let's go. Some quick hitters. New pinstripes coming this year.
They are.
Let's talk about
Don't tell the guys just yet, though.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
They're good. Right. Yeah.
So let's talk about baseball style.
Okay.
High socks, low socks.
I was a low socks guy.
Okay. Pinstripes. What's the classic baseball uniform for you?
Pinstripes. Pinstripes are always a clean look. Something really, really simple. Not a bunch of loud colors. I'm really big on kind of being a baseball purist when it comes to the uniform. So. Any armbands, wristbands, all that, it's got to match the uniform. I'm really big on that stuff. Okay.
Favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie is obviously The Sandlot.
Sandlot. 2 for 2 on the coaching staff.
Sandlot. It's hands down, favorite.
And who's your favorite fictional baseball player?
Fictional baseball player. I don't really have one. I can honestly say I don't really have one. So,
Hey.
What about you?
Huh? Major League.
Oh.
Always got to go Major League. The original Moneyball.
Gotcha.
In the original ending before it turns out that the bad owner,
Yes.
she actually recruited all those people for flaws and for being good. Like, she was the original
Yeah.
Moneyball person.
Oh, nice.
But
nice.
the fans hated, the moviegoers hated that ending, so they changed it up.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
All right. I appreciate it. Anybody want to shout out before we go?
No. As always, my wife and Katrina and our 2 daughters, Kylie and Lily, they're obviously the backbone of my coaching career. Without them, I can't do any of this stuff without their support. So,
I'm going to go grab a baseball player. Can you go get Ransom to tell him to be ready?
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Go ahead and grab that. Okay. We are here with Associate Head Coach Ranson Lalonde. Coach, how many years on the Hilltop going back to your playing days is this for you?
Well, it looks like, 2012 was my first year here, and then little stint off the Hilltop for a while, so this is probably going on year 10 or 11 for me.
So your senior year,
14, yeah.
2014?
Yep.
All right. Now, familiar coaching staff, same teams all picked at the top of the conference, but it looks completely different. Most of the all-conference level, especially on the pitching staffs, have graduated. How excited for you to see this kind of like fresh look at the conference?
It's there's a lot of unknowns. I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of the teams that finished at the top of the conference last year, a lot of those teams have lost key components of those teams. So it's exciting to see what the league looks like. But I know with the talent that the coaches around the league bring in, it's gonna be back where it was. So I'm confident that it's always going to be a good league. But I think it's just going to be a lot of new faces and a lot of really good talent at the same time.
Someone who's now well into your coaching career, just what are the things that keep you excited for each coming season?
I think the biggest thing is the challenge of bringing in the right guys. It is, like we've talked about 1,000 times, it's a really competitive conference. So continually trying to bring in the best guys that you can, but also fitting the systems that you're trying to win in those teams that you're trying to build. So it's always exciting, but it's just always fun going out and to compete with a new group of guys, and really a lot of the unknowns are the exciting part, especially with the new league.
All right, now Coach Fth praised you and Coach Flo for the guys you brought in and the work y'all did over the off season. Tell me, when you're looking through the players, looking through the portal and all that stuff, what are you looking for? Like, what is a St. Edwards baseball player on the field, character-wise?
I think, the biggest thing that we're looking for is just a well-rounded student athlete. Obviously, as a coaching staff, these are the things that we talk about daily, but it's bringing in the well-rounded student athlete, guys that are super competitive, obviously with really good skills athletically on the baseball field, but at the same time, they're guys that are going to take care of business in the classroom. We're not going to hold their hand on and off the field, making sure they're making the right decisions. But really, it's just the guys that are going to take care of in the classroom. We always try to bring in the most competitive athletes that are well-rounded human beings, and honestly, guys that we like to be around, because we're going to be around them for the majority of their college career, especially if they're here for 4 years.
You played here, you're coaching here, you have a lot of alumni, recent graduates that are also constantly here whenever they can be. What does that say about the Hilltop? What is it about the Hilltop that kind of keeps bringing people back?
I think it's a multitude of things. I think guys have a plan. A lot of times when they get here, they're looking to go in certain areas as far as maybe a business degree or a pre-law or pre-med or whatever it is. But it's guys that have a plan. I think that's kind of what the biggest thing is, that those are the guys that we're looking for.
Yeah, I know, and this is something that we'll get into with some stories a little bit later in the year, but a lot of especially the recent alumni, have gone on to find immediately successful jobs here around Austin and elsewhere. Just what is it about the education here and the kind of commitment and discipline that these student athletes have?
I think the school does a really good job with allocating resources for our guys. There's a ton of connections. And let's be honest, we're in an awesome location. Being in the heart of Austin, the class sizes are smaller, so you're going to get to know your professors. You're going to get to know your classmates. So I think building a lot of connections is important. And also being able to have those connections with your professors. There's a lot of guys that have come through St. Ed's that, they've gone into a certain class, they've really liked a specific professor, and they're able to build that connection, whether it be through an internship or a recommendation or something to help them kind of get their foot in the door for kind of life after baseball.
Okay. Now, as I said, there's a lot of turnover in the team through the fall and the World Series, and then the few weeks that you've had since everybody returned to campus. What stood out to you about this group?
I think we came back ready to go. I think the culture that has been built by a lot of the returners and some of the older guys that have come here from, whether it be a junior college transfer or the portal or whatever it is, guys have really bought into what we're trying to do. They understand that we've had a successful program long before even I've been here. So I think guys understand that there's a certain standard that we expect, not only on the field but just everything else that entails with college baseball and being a student athlete. So I think we have a really mature group, which helps a lot, and guys understand what their assignment is, what their role is, and they understand the hard work that it takes to have success at any level, but especially in college baseball in a really tough conference.
Okay. What's your favorite uniform combination?
Man, I really like all of them. I think we've got a surprise once these other uniforms get brought in too, but I like them all. I think the baby blues are always a good sign because that means we're going for a sweep or we're going for a win on the road. So it's always nice to see the baby blues, and they look sharp at the same time.
All right, Coach, I appreciate your time. Anybody you want to shout out or anything else you want to add?
Shout out Mom and Dad.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it.
Flip it on, I'm just going to hold it up there. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself, your major, your position, all that stuff.
Carson Blakeley. I'm a right-handed pitcher. I am a marketing major, and I think that's it.
All right. How are you feeling so far this year?
Feel good. I think we're going to be pretty good this year, so ready to see how we're going to be coming out of the gates.
Now, this is my 4th year here.
Yes, sir.
Every year I've been here has been like, you've had your Granics and you had everybody else that Rayfields, people that have been here for a while. Now you're the lone returning starter. How does that feel?
It's a lot of pressure, but I had a lot of guys that helped me out a lot last year. We had Kobe, and Kobe's now our GA, so that helps a lot. Rayfield and George, obviously, were my mentors here whenever I was here, and I was the lone junior starter here, so it's good to have those guys around me and kind of help me grow.
What's it been like having Kobe go from a teammate to a coach?
It's good. He's easy to talk to. He's very honest, and so that helps a lot, and you kind of get that feel like he wants you to be successful. He's not just here to coach you up or whatever. He really wants it for you. So I really like that.
No, it's not just here. When you look across the landscape of the Lone Star Conference, basically every single all-conference pitcher graduated. So you have an opportunity now to make your mark. What are your goals? What are your expectations for this season?
I just want to come out of the gates hot, be a little more consistent this year. I had times where I wasn't as consistent last year, so just be more consistent, be more in the zone, and go compete every day.
What's your mindset of the day of your start?
Just attack and clear my head. I get in the habit of overthinking a lot, so just stay out of my head and attack hitters.
Do you have any special routines, superstitions, or anything the week?
Not really. I go see the trainer 2 or 3 times a week just to stay healthy. I've thrown a lot of innings in college, and so it's a necessity to have. Abby's our trainer here. She's great. So a necessity to do that and just kind of get locked in for the game, listen to my own music, run, whatever you need to do to get hot, and then go compete.
And then once again, a lot of the kind of big hitters and key pieces across the conference have all graduated. They moved on. That's college athletics for you. But how does that affect you as a pitcher and a lot of the scouting reports and a lot of the stuff and experience you've had are now kind of out?
I think we're gonna go after guys. We'll have good scouting reports. Coaches do a really good job of that. And guys that are newcomers in this conference, they're going to be good hitters. This conference is good hitters every year. Pro talent in this conference every year. So it's going to be a challenge either way, whether you have a scouting report on them or not.
Okay, opening day, every single team in the conference has conference title, dreams. Everybody's 0-0. What are you looking forward to most? What most excites you about opening day?
Just getting the chance out there to go compete again. I mean, we waited 6-7 months to go out there and just compete again, and so it's going to be fun.
All right. So a lot of turnover in the pitching staff. What are the kind of things you've noticed from the fall?
We got a lot of veteran guys here. We got in a lot of transfers from JUCO, guys that have college experience, and so we'll be ready to go week 1.
Okay, let's just talk about off the field. Let's go into your experience on the Hilltop. What's been some of your favorite moments here?
Oh man, the environment here is great. Living in Austin, great. The view you get to see every day from the baseball field is one of the biggest things here. Is you get to look out in that field right there and see the skyline of Austin, and the people here are great. Professors are always willing to help you get your grades and stuff like that up, and so it's really nice to see everybody supporting everybody here.
All right. Do you have a favorite spot on campus where you study or anything?
No, not really. I spend most of the time baseball field or in my apartment. So.
Now, I've mentioned this before. You can go out any time of the day as long as there's daylight, any day of the week, and there's always somebody there putting in their own work and putting in their own time. What does that say about the culture of the team and what's the expectations y'all put on yourselves?
Well, the standard is the standard here, and you see it a lot from the veteran guys. The veteran guys are always in there, and so when you get the veteran guys in there, those younger guys start seeing that and I got to put work in. I got to be out there doing stuff. So the veteran presence here and having guys with experience that are willing to put the work in really helps with the standard here.
Okay, go ahead and tell everybody what your major is and what kind of experience you've taken away from your academic life here.
I'm a marketing major. I've been doing marketing classes. This is my second year here, so since my first semester here, I got all my basics done and stuff like that. So I've been in marketing classes throughout, and so it's been really eventful. We do a lot of presentations and stuff here, and so it's different, but it's a lot of team building, a lot of talking, a lot of stuff like that, and so it's been a good ride.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
Oh, probably beating Tyler at the conference tournament last year.
Who's the best hitter out of the pitching staff?
Ooh, it would have been George. Let's go with Nick Luna.
Okay. What's the playlist for the long road trips, the bus rides?
A lot of country music, a lot of red dirt country. I'm a big movie guy. I like to watch movies. A lot of baseball movies, sports movies, feel-good movies.
I've been asking the coaches what their favorite baseball movie. What's your favorite baseball movie?
For the love of the game, for sure.
Dude, that's underrated. Good job.
It's the best one out there.
Yeah. Got the romance background. Got good baseball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, realistic, not over the top.
Yeah.
Let's go with. Care to preview anybody? What your walk-up, your pitching song is?
Hold the Line.
Hold the Line.
Yes, sir.
How'd you come across that one?
Listen to 80s music a lot growing up. It's what my parents listened to. It's the era they grew up in. So kind of just stuck with it. It's what I've always had 80s music since my sophomore year. I didn't pick it my freshman year. So
What's the art of picking a good walk-up song?
for me, it's kind of something that starts out a little slow, get the heart rate slowed down a little bit, and then something that kind of builds to kind of get a rhythm and start attacking the zone early.
Any special interests, hobbies, or hidden talents outside of baseball?
I play golf. That's about it.
You play
I
golf?
play golf, yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Anybody you want to shout out?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we'll go get somebody else and be back here at 2026 Baseball's Media Day. All right, we're here with one of the new faces on the hilltop. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them your position and where you're coming from.
My name is Ben Merriman. I'm an outfielder, and I'm coming from Navarre Junior College.
I see you got the baby blues over there. How's that feeling on you?
I like it. I love the baby blue look. Grew up playing summer ball with a baby blue team, so it kind of already worn them already, and I love them. I love the look, clean look.
So now you're familiar with the significance of the baby blues, right?
No, I'm not.
So you go the baby blue tops and pants. Those are for sweeps.
Oh, okay.
And the combination that you're wearing, that's the Sunday to close out a win for series.
Sweet. I did not know that. I didn't know some of the history behind it.
Yeah. So we like the all baby blues.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, I like the look of the white and the blue better. But
I do too.
all right. Just tell me a little bit. What's your experience been at the Hilltop so far?
I love it. I grew up in Austin, South Austin, so I'm really close to home, and I've always loved the area. Have always passed by the campus, and whenever they reached out to me, I knew that this is the place I wanted to be.
So family and friends, were they able to go see you play over at Navarro?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And what does it mean? It's just shorter drive over here.
It's way shorter. I mean, you can always go home for a supper on Sunday night, so can't beat that.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your game and your approach to baseball.
So what I like to think is just being as relaxed as possible. I think oftentimes when I see myself failing is when I let the game speed up on me. And at the end of the day, this is a game. I mean, this is a game that you get to enjoy and that you don't get to play forever. And I think once you take that into consideration and you just kind of play every day like it's your last, it really means more as a whole than just going out there and going through the motions.
What's your favorite thing? What drew you to baseball?
What drew me to baseball was just how you were able to fail and overcome that. I think that's a big thing, and it teaches many life lessons. And you're going to run into failure in baseball in all aspects of it, but it's not about how you fail, it's about how you come over that hump.
I mean, if you fail 6 out of 10 times at the plate, you're still a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, Hall of Famer.
All right, let's just go with what are your favorite spots on campus that you found so far? What are your, when you're relaxing?
When I'm relaxing, I mean, I love my apartment over at Mary Hill. Nice, relaxing spot. Turn on the TV, watch some games and whatnot. But other than my apartment, I love the caf at Rags. I love going and getting a meal and just sitting down with some of my teammates that are also in there. And it's honestly just a great way just to step away from the game and get to understand and know these guys on a deeper level that's not just sports, and knowing them as a person and what their families are like.
And now, I've grown up playing baseball. You grew up playing baseball. There's always something special. That opening day is just always different. What is your favorite part about opening day each year?
I think my favorite part of opening day is just the fans and the smiles. I mean, if you walk around any place on opening day, no one just has a straight face or a frown. It's a smile because they know baseball's back.
Okay. What is it that drew you to the Hilltop other than the Austin location?
I think what also drew it to me was the coaches. I mean, I loved the coaches, and I loved the way that they did things and how they talked to me, and that really kind of what sold me was just how they were as people. And it wasn't always, when they called me, it wasn't always just about baseball. They asked me how I was doing, how my family was doing. They asked me more personal questions that weren't just baseball related.
Now, how hyped are you for the challenge of competing in one of the toughest conferences in D2 baseball?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get after it. I knew going into this that this is a really competitive conference, and I'm just ready for whatever it can bring.
Do you have any individual goals or just set for the season?
I do. I think my main goal, and it's been my goal every year, is just to enjoy what I'm doing now. I think a lot of the time, especially with baseball, is you can always get caught up to the next week and the next play, the next this. But I think my goal is to worry about what's going on this play, this pitch, this at bat, this game, versus letting myself get ahead.
All right, and go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your academic life, your major. What are your academic passions?
So my major is I'm business administration here. After I get my degree, I'm planning to go into sales, and I want to do sales. My father does sales for what he does, and I love what he does. He kind of fills me in on what stuff is going down in his life day to day, and that's just what I want for myself as well.
Can we get a preview of the walk-up song this year?
It is. It's gonna be. You want me to sing it? Or?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, it's not really. It's not a. There's no lyrics. It's just a guitar solo, or the beginning of "Seek and Destroy" by Metallica.
Oh my God! Good job.
Yeah. So it's the dun 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 dun.
I can hear it already. That's gonna have us hyped.
Oh yeah, I've always been a rock guy growing up, and it kind of the walk-up song fixed me. I fell in love with it. I mean, years ago, and I knew that was going to be my walk-up.
Is that you keep that every year, or?
So not every year. This will be the first debut of this. Last year and the year before that, it was Live Wire by Motley Crue.
Okay.
So that was also another pick for me that I fell in love with, and I decided to change it up this year and go Metallica.
What's the art of picking a good walk-up song?
I think it's kind of based off you as a person. I think one, you got to find. I think you can go two ways with it. I think if you're a dude that needs to get hyped up before you go to your bat, play something that's going to get you hyped up. But if you're a guy that goes into the box who's already amped up and you kind of need that step back, play something that you know is going to put you in that mental state of like, all right, like I'm smooth, I'm calm, I'm ready to go now.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
My favorite baseball memory was my senior year. It was senior night. We were playing a school in Austin, and it was a close game. And they actually brought my brother up from junior varsity to come and be in the dugout the varsity game. And I ended up hitting a home run to put the game within one, and touching the plate and going off the field and like shoulder bumping my brother was probably one of the coolest memories I've had.
That was a nice touch by your coach.
Yeah, it was. All
right. Anything else you want to add? Anybody want to shout out?
Shout out to my parents and shout out to God.
All right. Thank you so much, man. It was great talking to you. And thank you as we continue on 2026 Baseball Media Day. Take a quick break and come back with another St. Edward's Hilltopper. unless you want to.
What's your name again? Sorry?
Jesse.
Jesse.
Once again, this is your Sports Information Director, Jesse Blanchard, here joined by a new pitcher on the Hilltop, Camden White. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Great to meet you.
Absolutely, having me.
All right. So what's your experience been like in your first media day here?
It's been good. It's awesome. I love to have the guys all here and take some fun photos. It's a lot different than junior college, and I really enjoy it.
Now, did you pick the uniform selection, or did they just hand it to you?
No, I picked it. The baby blue is. I mean, it's a dream combo for me, so I really enjoy it.
All right. Do you know the significance of it?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the baby blues, and you're wearing the pants and the shirt together.
Mm-hmm.
That's for a sweep on Sunday.
Okay, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
so you
now
win the
I
first
know.
3 games, it unlocks those.
Now I know. That's perfect.
You win 2 of the first 3, you get the baby blue top with the white pants.
White pants?
Yeah.
But okay, so we're looking for the all baby blue. Good.
Yeah, so that follows your baseball style?
Oh yeah.
You high socks, low socks?
I'm high socks, for sure. Or long pants, high socks is fine, yeah.
Okay, sleeves, no sleeves?
Nothing. No sleeves, no nothing. Just.
Fortunately, not too many needs for sleeves here in Texas.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. I'm from Oklahoma, so lots of cold weather.
Go ahead and tell them where you're coming from, the schools you transferred from, and a little bit about your game.
Yeah, I'm from Eastern Oklahoma State College. I'm originally from Choctaw, Oklahoma, and I just played 2 years at Eastern Oklahoma State College in Warburton, Oklahoma, junior college.
Okay. What are you excited for about the most in your first season here in the Hilltop?
I'm excited just for, just the competition and, just being with the group that's just so big and, so bought in. I love it, and I'm really excited to see what's ahead.
And what kind of drew you to the Hilltop?
I'm sorry?
What drew you to the Hilltop?
Oh, really? Just the area and the coaches, man. I know how good this program is and how good they all have been in the past, and I know how good this Lone Star Conference is, and so, I enjoy that challenge, and I enjoy, the opportunity to be here.
Coach Flo's been here for a few years now. He's put together some great pitching sets. What's it been like working with him?
Flo's the best. I mean, I've never had a better, coach, hands-on coach that's been with me, and I really do appreciate what he's done for me and, my journey. I think, the steps I've taken in the fall have been, that's the best I've ever looked right now. So it's all because of Flo, and I really appreciate what him and Kobe have done.
Okay, now the pitching staff, 3 of the 4 starting pitchers from last year graduated, moved on.
Yeah.
Same way across the entire conference. Most of the all-conference pitchers are graduated and moved on. Have a chance to come in and make a name for yourself. How exciting is that for you?
I'm pumped. I really am. Seriously, I'm ready for the opportunity and be that guy to step up, and replace, and fill in the shoes that were once before me. So for sure.
Now you've only been here in Austin for a semester. Have you found any spots yet?
I mean, there's been a couple. I really, I go to this little Mexican joint that what's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Los Polvos, maybe?
Okay.
Polvos? Or Matt's El Rancho. That's my spot, actually. That's the spot I go to.
Anything like that in Oklahoma?
No, Oklahoma. I mean, being in Austin, it's awesome. I mean, in Oklahoma, I'm from such a small town. We have one really restaurant, really in my town. That we all go to, and so it's been Tex-Mex, and so I wanted to keep that tradition. So Matt's El Rancho is the spot. Has been the spot.
Now, do you have any game day traditions, superstitions, or anything routines that you go through?
I really don't, honestly. I try to keep the same music. Depending on the day, wake up, worship music. Right the day before, right on the way to the game, just something to calm me down, and then when I get to the game, I just play some stuff that gets me going. That's really music's the only thing that I keep consistent.
What's your intro song this year?
Intro song, I got "Don't Stop the Music" by Rihanna.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on a road trip, long bus ride.
Right.
What's on the playlist?
What's on the playlist? A lot of worship, seriously. Worship or some country. Maybe something I could just go take a nap to, or if I'm just chilling there, relaxing, reading, some worship music. Sure.
Have you found a favorite kind of like quiet thinking spot or study spot on campus?
I live off campus, so I have my own apartment, so that's been nice. Having that on my own little room and area, because junior college has been different. You share a little shoebox room with your best friend. So.
Have you had some live pitching against opportunities against your teammates?
Oh yeah.
Who's been the most difficult for you to get out?
Obviously Connor Cox. I feel like that's the easiest answer. I think he's been I mean, he's been owning me in this fall. So
That's the kind of hitter that'll really teach you a lot about yourself.
Oh, for sure. You can't make any mistakes with him.
All right. Anything else you want to add? Or anybody you want to shout out?
No, I'm good. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much for your
Absolutely,
time.
thank
Look
you.
forward to your time here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sticking with the pitching staff, joined here by Nick Luna. Nick, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, man. Excited to have you here for another in the Hilltop. Just what's kind of stood out for you so far in the fall and the few weeks that you've had here?
I think so far this year compared to last year, we have a lot more guys that throw strikes, I think, and I think we're a little bit deeper this year. I don't think we have the horse like we had with Kobe last year, but I think all the way through we got a better staff, and I'm excited about it.
Okay. You've been here for a while. You've seen the Lone Star Conference, everything. What are your kind of goals or expectations for yourself this year?
I don't see why we couldn't go win the whole thing. I think last year was good for us. I mean, my first year here, we were under 500, and then last year we almost won the conference tournament. And I think we kind of like learned how to handle it, and I think we've got a lot of guys with experience, and I don't see why we couldn't go all the way.
Okay. You come out of the bullpen and had some moments. What is the mentality that's kind of needed for that to come into big spots?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just not letting the moment get too big. I definitely had some high-pressure situations last year, and I think, just making sure these guys early on, like, that don't have as much experience, kind of, start to get a hold of things.
I think one of my favorite photos that Maho took was, like, where you just kind of fired up
Yeah.
in there. Just what kind of goes through your mind, like, in that thing?
Yeah, that was big for me. That was pretty early on in, I guess, kind of my season. I hadn't thrown a lot up until that point, and just coming out of the pen and in a big situation and against Lubbock, and I think it was the player of the year to end the game, and it was just a big moment for me. So I was pretty excited, and I think it kind of helped me throughout the rest of the season. Just kind of had that confidence to.
How was your summer? How was your off season?
It was good. I spent a lot of it training here in Austin, so mostly just hoping to come back stronger and ready to go.
Always guys over there at Lucian Hamilton Field all year round. Summer. What's it like just having everybody that dedicated?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we obviously have a lot of guys, and each year's it's been three very different teams for me. But I think the different group of guys, and specifically this year, we have a very dedicated team, and I think it's going to show. So,
what's it like working with Coach Flo?
I love Coach Flo. I think he's really good about kind of personalizing it. Even for me, like my sophomore year, I didn't even play. I was, and he really like helped me out still. So I think he does a really good job of, we have a huge staff of really getting and developing each player, and he brings a lot of energy every day, and it's a lot of fun. So
let's talk about off the field. Just go ahead and tell the people what your major is and what kind of your passions are.
My major is business administration, and what was the other question?
What are your passions off the field?
My passions, I love to hunt and I love to fish.
So you get along with Kobe very well.
I do, yeah, we do.
All right, can you give us a preview on what your intro song is this year?
My intro song is Mr. Saxo Beat.
Okay.
So, yeah.
To you, what's the art of selecting a good intro song?
I think it just kind of has to fit the person. I did Iron Man last year, and being a shorter pitcher, like it didn't really fit me at all. So I went with something a little more laid back. That was kind of the goal this year. So.
All right. Anybody else you want to shout out? Anything you want to tell the people?
Shout out the whole team.
Okay.
That's it.
Looking forward to seeing you out there this year.
Sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do I need to hold this?
Yes. Yeah, just you just talking to it.
Perfect.
Hi, this is Sports Information Director Jesse Blanchard here with the last interview of the day. Shortstop Nico Rees, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Got to see the arm a little bit around Halloween during the dodgeball competition.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Where Coach Flo screwed me over because I was not hit. Like 2 people tried to catch it. It missed me entirely, but he took me out.
I'm pretty sure if I remember, you're on the winning team, right?
I was. I'd like to say that I contributed, but yeah, it was mostly me gathering balls for the people who could still throw.
Oh, yeah. That'll play, though.
All right, man. So first year here on the Hilltop.
Yes, sir.
On the shortstop, just tell me your experience so far.
I was at Tyler Junior College for 3 years. I had an ACL injury my freshman year, hitting on a home run celebration. Really freak accident. Like, I was rounding third base, got to home plate, did a little jump, and came down, tore my ACL. And then got the opportunity to come back to Austin. I'm from around here, so it was kind of worked out perfectly for me.
Okay, and in the fall and everything, what was your experience like? What are the things that you've enjoyed so far here?
I mean, just being around all these guys, I mean, you can just tell there's a lot of us, but each of us have a really special connection with each other, and it's honestly a really cool thing to see.
All right. Now you're there at shortstop. What's your favorite thing to do over there? What's your favorite play?
I like a little slow roller into the 6 hole right next to third base, backhand on the run, throw to first base. I think that's a little flashy, but I mean that's a pretty simple play I can make all the time too.
Tell us a little bit about your approach to the game and your style of play.
I just like to have fun. I mean, it's a kids game. We're young guys playing kids sport, and I think that's the best way to approach it. And if you take things too seriously, it's just things aren't going to go your way. And it's all a mental game as well.
Now, baseball is known for like a bunch of goofy guys, big kids. Any good practical jokes? Anything else? Any funny moments so far?
I can't really recollect a funny moment, but our jokesters are definitely Jackson Schofield, jokester, and Worm. We call him Worm. I don't know what his name is. I forget what his name is.
I mean, there's a lot of new players.
There's a lot of guys. Yeah.
It's all good. All right. So, what are your kind of goals or expectations planned for this year?
I mean, one of our goals as a team is to win the Lone Star Conference, but I don't want to just stop there. I want to go for the national championship this year and make it a carry.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Big and bold right out of the gate. I love it.
Yep.
How about individually? What are some of the things that you worked on, some of the things that you're focusing on this year for yourself?
So a big change I made was I was switch hitting before I came here, and I went particularly just from the right side. And I think just going from the right side this year, I think I'm going to be able to have some better numbers and be more consistent at the plate. So I think I'm going to be able to produce a lot more at the plate this year.
Okay. Let's go some quick hitters. Favorite baseball movie?
I'm going to go Major League.
Major League, there you go. Do you have a favorite?
League.
Who's your favorite on there?
Wild Thing, of course.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's either that one or For Love of the Game for me. One of those two.
For Love of the Game, yeah. I was thinking Field of Dreams as well. That's a classic too.
Yeah, Kevin Costner, baseball you can't lose.
No.
All right, preview. What's your walk-up song this year?
I picked Tops Drop by Fat Pat. It'll be a nice one, crowd pleaser.
What goes into your kind of the scientific or art of picking a walk-up song?
Just a good vibe. I don't like anything really too fast because I feel like it increases my heartbeat a little too much. So I go a little bit more vibey, a little slower, just kind of bump the head a little bit, get in the zone right before you get up to the plate.
There you go.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Baseball players are known for the superstitions. Don't step on the foul line as you're in the field. Do you have any pregame superstitions, rituals?
No, I don't believe in superstition. I just believe in God. I feel like God has a plan for everything, and that's just kind of what I believe in. The superstitions, I don't really trust the superstitions.
Okay. Now you've seen all the different uniform combinations. Which one's your favorite?
I mean, I like mine's the favorite one right now. I got a little different. We got the navy and the gray. I like the solid grays as well, but I heard we got some new uniforms coming in, so I think those are going to be pretty sweet as well.
I can't look forward to seeing them.
Yes, sir.
Right, do you have any favorite spots on campus here?
I like the Meadows, the
coffee place
shop. Yeah, the coffee shop's always a good place for the guys to go sit down right after weights, right before class. A good time to kind of reconvene during fantasy football, like NFL season. Talk over some trades around there too, so it was fun.
How did your season go?
I actually won first place in our league, so I'm not gonna say anything or bash my players, but I think I'm a fantasy football guru.
Do y'all have any gamers on the team? Anybody? Any late night sessions?
Like video games? I don't really know. Like our schedule's too kind of busy, but I dabble with some Rocket League, some Fortnite occasionally. So I have my fair share of games.
Okay. And then just lastly, just anybody else you want to shout out? Anything else you want to add?
Shout out my mom, shout out my dad, shout out Lorenzo, my brother, and shout out my puppy at home, Mondo, my dog.
Okay.
Got a little puppy.
What kind of puppy is it?
He's a mini Dachshund. That is awesome. I wish I could have brought him, but it would have gone too hectic with him here. So
it's happened before. People
really?
Yeah. Usually, like the softball team and even the basketball player have come and take photos. Yeah, brought in photos.
Yeah, I think he's kind of a firecracker, so can't really trust him yet.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Nice for having me.
All right. And that'll do it. We'll wrap up the 2026 Baseball Media Day. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Sports Information Director Jesse Blanchard signing off.